right? You know what I mean? YouTube and shit. Night, yo, good night, Magic. You know what I mean?
I just can't live with it.
San Hodges McDonald's Massacre. Would y'all rather watch that? Or would you rather watch that? What's these? Dot. Why we dot? Nah, we good. Oh, you don't wanna watch it? Or we can watch a fat. You know what? Let me stop. That's not nice. Damn. So this nigga's killing bitches. Yes. Nah, Ranch, you gotta watch this again. What, bro?
I'm very concerned for these kids. I just can't let this go any longer. Those kids, I think, are getting
600 pounds? Nah, we watching the scary shit. That ass. Like you? Yeah, I'm definitely not clicking on that video. You bugging.
Chances are, when you think of a YouTube family channel,
no pauses, bro. No
picture
pauses. No
something along
pauses.
the
No pauses.
lines Of this.
What's good, YouTube? You already know what it is. Hey,
Damien and Bianca. What y'all know about Damien and Bianca? Bianca.
What's up, Team DO5?
These overproduced videos have become the
Damien and
norm among
Bianca.
family-centric content,
I used to watch some
garnering
niggas
an
like,
equal amount of
yeah.
both fans and critics alike, with some of the main criticisms across the
What's
board
good,
being
YouTube?
exploitation
Nah, I'm
and
saying, yo, YouTube,
manipulation.
you know what I mean?
The idea that these
Even though I get no views on YouTube no more, I fell off on YouTube and shit. Niggas don't watch my shit. That ass. Wait, this going on YouTube now?
paint
It is.
themselves as having these perfect families, when in reality they
Jada
primarily
Island.
view their children through the lens of content creation,
Hi,
oftentimes
YouTube.
to their detriment.
Dub Nation. Nah, that ass.
Come here, come closer for the video, come closer. Act like you're crying. Really quick.
Act like you're
No, I know,
crying?
but like this, for the video.
With their glaring motivation being to make obscene amounts of money and
What the
gain worldwide
fuck?
fame. But if you look
You
deeper
should buy a
beneath the
little
mansions,
St. James Island? I'm not, nigga, do I have $1 million? YouTube, I'm Kaylin and I'm from Mississippi.
these fancy cars and millions of subscribers, you'll find that most family channels here on YouTube actually look something more like this.
Happy birthday.
Wholesome moments captured
You know
by
what I mean?
parents, not as a way to
Alright,
make
let me
money
lock
or
in,
gain
let me lock
fame,
in.
but to immortalize memories that otherwise might someday be forgotten. With these videos often accounting for some of the most
Not gonna lie, this shit
content
ass. Yo, bro, we're only a minute 30 in, bro. Can you actually tee up? Holy shit.
on this whole site.
Nah, you
But
don't know little James Island lore? Is that the Epstein Island shit?
As with everything in our world, there are always outliers, and buried within these perfectly inconspicuous accounts lies one page in particular whose backstory is so evil that it can only be described as one of YouTube's most
That's good
disturbed
shit.
family channels.
Jennifer Hart, what do we know about her?
We weren't duped. That love wasn't fake. They loved their children.
I don't know. When I,
Before we
watch,
get into
I can't watch
today's
scary
case,
videos
I
by
wanna first thank
myself,
our
bro.
sponsor, Helix
So thank
Sleep.
God y'all
Helix
niggas is
Sleep is a
hearing
premium
shit.
mattress takes after the Helix is that I never use on roll it is essentially risk-free.
Hold on, Zen calling. Give me a second. That's not happening. Yo, why you lying, bro? Yo, Rant, stay in chat. You gotta type every minute. If you don't, get banned.
I love my Helix Sleep mattress, and I think you
Zen
would
not
too,
calling you, little
probably.
bro. That's what I'm saying.
February 16th, 2008, Jennifer Hart begins her own personal YouTube channel, using the account for browsing and liking videos, though never really having time to upload her own. Just 2 years prior in 2006, Jen and her soon-to-be wife Sarah had adopted 3 children, Abigail, Hannah, and Marquise. And though taking on this many kids at once seemed to be a daunting task, the Harts actually embraced the challenge, loving it so much that just 2 years later in 2008, they would adopt 3 more children, Sierra, Devontae, and Jeremiah.
What?
To add the cherry on top of their newly
Yes,
formed family, the couple
adopting kids. I don't know. I can't. If I got adopted kids, I would, but I don't really want to. Like, I want. First of all, notice they're all black. Oh, what? Oh my God. Oh yeah. We're gonna adopt black kids because we're gonna seem like we're black saviors. Niggas, that shit crazy. But the sensation of nothing about a girl, like, why would I not want to do that than to have a kid? Like, come on. I feel like that's like the best thing in the world. Like, you nutting your girl for the purpose of making a kid, and then 9 months later, you get the little nigga coming out. You slap the nigga bean, you morph the nigga head, and then shit, that's your son or daughter for the rest of your life.
couple would tie the knot in 2000.
Makes what happens later crazy, I bet.
And in the span of
Let me
just
lock, let me
3
lock, let me
years,
lock.
these college sweethearts had become the married mothers of 6. Taking all this into account, it makes sense why Jen wouldn't have the free time to post on her
That looks
channel,
odd,
though this
though.
would eventually change by the end of 2011, when her very first video
6
would go live.
children?
This wholesome clip would kick off a rather consistent streak of uploads throughout the following year,
So niggas
with
is
each
getting
having
views?
to focus on
Damn.
Jen's children,
Maybe I
and
need to tap in.
specifically the many adventures that they shared.
Tap in
In
with the
some
method.
clips, we see the kids dancing at music festivals, or exploring the wilderness on a group hike.
J-Dot as
No
a
matter
kid,
what, they always seem to
yo.
be out doing fun
So
and
any black nigga is me? What the fuck?
interesting things, and they always had big smiles on their faces, making it seem apparent that the Harts were in fact a happy family. But not just that, they also
Yes.
clearly had strong morals as well, with these festivals that they often attended always being themed around the idea of love and inclusivity. At one point, they even uploaded a performance featuring 4 of the children,
Nigga had a
with lyrics
mohawk?
further asserting their desire to make the
I had a
world
mohawk when I was a kid. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I ain't gonna lie. No one's ever gonna find that picture of me. But like, I had a mohawk. It's somewhere on the internet though. That I.
unified place.
Yeah, they ain't love him. Wait, would they abuse him? Nah. Don't tell me
All in
like
all,
they
it's
have
a
some
rather
underlying
touching account,
shit.
with one of the younger
And they
sons,
hated niggas,
Devontae,
and they
clearly
were
being
abusing
the
them.
star of the show, as the camera always seemed to be on him, with the young boy even having a few solo performances on the channel. And though I'm sure they'd never admit it at the time, it's not hard to tell that he was the clear favorite of the bunch. But most noteworthy
Worse
for now
than
is that in
that?
multiple
What?
videos he's seen donning a sign that reads, "Free
You're not that
hugs."
ass.
Devontae would wear this to many of the family's public outings, and in turn attract a
Oh
large
my
amount of
God.
attention, that Jen would then film and publish on her social media pages, which wasn't exclusive to just YouTube, as she was even more active across her Facebook page, posting pictures and stories about her
Like,
children.
bro, when it comes to shit like this, I see black people get mistreated by other people of race. I just it kind of irks my blood. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Taking
Like,
multiple photos of the infamous free hug sign, a sign that was about to thrust the family into the public eye for the very first time.
but they got this nigga
There's growing
doing.
outrage tonight after an unarmed African-American teenager was shot and killed by police in the St. Louis suburb of Ferguson, Missouri.
Following the
Wait.
killing of Michael Brown Jr., a rally was held in Portland, Oregon, opposing racial
Oh,
injustice.
I thought it was that nigga
For the
that
Hart
got
family,
shot.
This call for unity
Shit
fit
sad.
perfectly with their perceived beliefs. So Sarah and Jen took the children to the protest, where Devontae would again wear his signature sign,
It's looking
leading to
iconic.
this moment
Some
being
Malcolm X
captured
shit.
by
Some
cameras.
MLK shit. You
It
know what
was
I
an
mean?
incredibly inspiring
Young
and
MLK.
optimistic picture
Shout out to you,
that would
bro.
immediately be shared all across the world, with most of us having probably seen this at some point in our lives, whether we remember it or not. And not only did it
Was in
represent
my
hope
history
for
class,
so many
dead
across
ass?
the country, it also perfectly
the fuck? How
encapsulated
long ago
the
was
message
this?
that the Harts were trying to send. They clearly wanted to be perceived as this loving family who stood firmly against hate, which, just based on their content, they truly seemed to be, despite the fact that it was all nothing more than a facade.
What was the facade?
Across Jen's Facebook page, she mentions numerous times that Abigail, Hannah, and Marquise were her and Sarah's first children, even saying how Abigail was the first of her children that she ever held in her arms, adding that that was the moment she became a mother. And as sweet as these words
My
are,
sophomore year,
they
so
technically aren't
2022,
completely
2023.
true. In reality, one
Young
full
ass
year before
nigga.
Jen and Sarah adopted their first group of children, they had actually fostered another child, a teenage girl named Lee. Together, the three lived peacefully for around 6 months with no real issues, though around the end of this time, something seemingly
need to take this
switched within the
down?
mothers, and for Jen specifically. Suddenly,
Wait,
they grew
why?
cold towards
I'm
their new
bugging?
child, often picking fights or even just ignoring her for days on end. They also
What?
started to constantly complain to friends about having to take care of her, and they didn't seem to be taking their roles as mothers very seriously. At one point, they had remarked to friends that they had caught Lee on numerous occasions rummaging through the trash and looking for food, which further added to this strange, newfound tension within the household. Despite this fighting,
so were they
however,
starving
the
her?
mothers would eventually agree that Lee would be able to stay with them until she was 18, also adding that she was going to have to take on the role of being a big sister, as they were planning on adopting 3 children. And though they had their rocky moments, Lee was just relieved that she had a place to stay. However, just 1 week after meeting what would become their first group of adopted kids, Jen and Sarah would drop Lee off at her standard therapy appointment and never return. Lee was obviously devastated by their
what happened?
abandonment, but perhaps most hurtful of all was the fact that Jen and Sarah never spoke to or even about Lee ever again.
What?
Immediately moving on to their new children and parading their loving
Yo,
household
no,
all
no,
over
no, no, no,
social
no, no,
media,
no, no,
while
no. Don't tell me they killed that bitch. Okay.
essentially rewriting Lee out of their family's history. This treatment of their first foster child immediately calls into question the online persona of the Hart family.
Don't
as
tell
there was
me-
nothing loving about the way they left Lee. But on this note, you might be wondering, why would they even have to sell an online persona at all? Looking at the
'Cause who are
aforementioned
they?
popular family channel,
so
there's a
fucked
very clear
up.
reason why they manipulate their audience. Money. This type of content is some of the most lucrative on all of
Was
YouTube.
niggas getting bread back then on YouTube? Yo, how long ago was these niggas uploading and shit?
And given these parents' desperation for the limelight and wealth, they would do just about anything for it, including exploiting their kids and manipulating their audience. But just looking
She got diagnosed with cancer?
at Jen's channel,
Wait. Huh? Wait, is that channel still up? Low key? Hold up, let me... What was the name of that shit? The LeBrant fam? Is that channel still up? Is this the same niggas? This gotta be some different shit. This can't be the same shit, is it? Different. Oh, that's a different channel. I'm bugging.
Well, it's obvious that this was never going to make her wealthy and famous.
My bad.
But despite this,
none?
his mothers did actually have a good reason to put on this facade, as they weren't aiming to manipulate the entire world, but instead, they were merely trying to manipulate those around them. In 2008, one of the Hart children, Hannah, was stopped by her teacher after noticing a large bruise on the young girl's arm, and when questioned about how she had gotten it, Hannah would admit that her mother, Jen, had struck her with a belt. This incident would be reported to police, with teachers adding that Hannah also had been having bizarre issues with food, as she was caught stealing snacks from other classmates and taking
But that one, they announce a baby every year? What the every year? What the fuck? Yo, bro, can your pussy survive that much? Or do they adopt? Or do they be giving birth? Bro, I remember, yo, when I used to watch like D&B Nation, them niggas would come out with kids like every year and a half. Nigga got some strong ass nuts. Yo, gang. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. After like the third kid, bro, I might secretly just like injure like in the stomach and shit. Like I can't deal with that shit. Like they don't even wait a week after she give birth to cracking. Yo, niggas is money hungry. Nah, that's ass, bro. Holy shit, that's nah. I don't fuck with that.
Just like Leah done years before.
That's
Though
ass,
after being questioned
bro.
about this, Jen would pull all of her children out of school and have them spend the remainder of the year being homeschooled, with the case being closed soon after. The following year,
Kids
the
are
Hart children
peons,
would
bro.
be allowed to return to school, seemingly when Jen thought they were in the clear. However, at the end of 2010, an eerily similar instance would occur. One school day, Abigail Hart would complain to one of her teachers of having pain in her stomach area, and when asked exactly where it hurt, she said that she had owies on her stomach and back, before adding, "Mom hit me."
5
Again,
kids?
this incident would be
After like 4 is grits, 5 kids is bad. I always tell myself, at most I have is 4 kids. And it depends if niggas is rich or not. If I'm rich, I got 4. If I'm poor, I got 2. I need my kids to at least to be siblings and shit. I have a sibling, but I kind of grew up like by myself though. I make sure all my kids are from the same woman. I ain't gonna be no baby daddy hopping and shit. Now you wildin'. If I got one kid with a girl and we divorced, then I'm not having kids ever again. Like that's how this shit gonna work. My biggest fear is death giving birth. Why? Yo, birth is like a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Women, you know what I mean? Because women be doing they shit with they shit and shit. Cause I love women so much. Like they really be doing their own thing with the birth. We got like we got uplift women sometimes. Like we got promote women. They make the world run. Like I do shit for women all the time. I appreciate my women. Every single woman in the chat. I love y'all, bro. That ass like. This shit looks terrible. I ain't gonna lie, yo. In health class, I had to like watch a girl give birth for an assignment in like 10th grade. That shit was actually disgusting. It is beautiful, but that shit is how I tell y'all niggas ugly as shit. Oh my god, that shit does not.
Investigated by police. Who
Like that shit looks so bad. I can't watch that.
Which is
shit.
where
Like,
Abigail would admit
God.
that her mother had held her head under cold water before striking her with a closed fist, and all because she had supposedly stolen a penny.
At least my brother being born, disgusting. That shit was nasty.
The other kids would explain how their mothers often hit them as well.
Free hugs, embrace the
rarely allowed
revolution.
them to eat. Sarah would go on to deny these allegations of neglect, but she would admit to having hit Abigail, a confession that led to her being arrested for domestic abuse and eventually spending 90 days in prison. Though there are some
90
discrepancies here with
days?
this story, as some have reported that Abigail had actually said that it was Jen who had hit her, and that Sarah was merely taking the fall for her. But either way, Sarah would serve her sentence in April of 2011. Things didn't stop there, however, as after Sarah's release, Hannah Hart would go to the nurse's office and begin begging for food, claiming that her parents were again refusing to feed her, and that she hadn't eaten all day. In response, Sarah claimed that she was merely playing the quote-unquote food card, and proceeded to immediately pull all of the kids out of school.
Now they forgetting your car that she adopted. I ain't gonna lie, it should be longer than that, bro. It should be like 2 years, 2-3 years, bro. Like, cause bro, it's your kid, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, like, that's something you're supposed to be caring for on the daily, like every single day, like 6, 7. You gotta feed them, clothe them, bathe them, make sure they go to sleep, do their homework, Like that's the basics you gotta do for a kid. But you neglecting, you hitting only 90 days. Come on, gang. Some girl on TikTok said when she give birth, her cooch ripped all the way to her asshole. Yeah, I heard that be happening. But don't worry, I got my girl though. I'm gonna sew her shit back up with my tongue. It's gonna be easy though. I'm gonna like, you know what I mean? That's crazy though. Actually, no, that's nasty. That's actually like, oh, hold on. Like, yo, Rico, imagine like your skin ripped from your balls to your ass. Oh, that. Ugh.
Never return, as the family packed their bags and moved from Minnesota to Oregon practically overnight. And conveniently enough, it was right after this move that Jen started her consistent posting across social media, portraying their family as picture perfect. This channel was never made to make money or to make the family famous, but just based on the timing alone and their hyperfixation on peace immediately following all of these horrible accusations, I don't think it's crazy to assume that these videos were uploaded in an attempt to repair the family's image, and even to potentially thwart criticism or investigation into their alleged abuse. I mean, the children are quite literally shown in one video singing the phrase, "We are so provided for," over and over again, conveniently right after their parents were questioned about
now, when you see kids acting like this, there is something automatically wrong. You gotta call the cops and send them the way of the parents. What the fuck? Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Kids, if you really think about it, kids don't really glaze their parents a lot. Like in that way. Oh, my parents provide for me. Like, that's some shit. Like, you really have to ingrain in your kid as a kid. Like, kids don't really think about that shit until like late high school or like middle high school, like high school. Like, niggas don't think like that until high school. That my mom and my dad providing for me. You know what I mean? Providing for me? You're a kid. Mommy and daddy give me toys. Mommy and daddy, you know what I mean? That's how kids really supposed to be thinking. I wish men would give birth. I don't know how to. Yeah. A little nigga coming on my dick. Yeah, you wildin', bro. My shit about to bust. I'm not doing that. Like, out the ass or something? No.
Neglecting their kids.
We are so provided for. We are so provided for.
Like, but come on, bro. Like, kids don't even know what provided means. Like, bro, that's just choreographed, gang. Like, seeing a video like that, bro, off rip, that's weird, bro. Like, they trying to set up a wall or image or example, like, that they're perfect or something. What if kids grew from seeds? Honestly, bro, when my dad asked, well, not when my dad, when my kids ask, oh my God, where'd they big kids come from? I'm saying they come from seeds. I'm not telling the little nigga that niggas is cracking. Yo, the way how my dad told me what the birds and the bees was, the nigga, we was in church, right? Just sitting in a pulpit. Nigga was like, oh yeah, when a man part goes a woman part. Nigga went like this. I'm like, yo, gang, we in the middle of the church, the pastor preaching, we in the corner, you over here doing this. Like, nigga, like, bro, I was like 12, and the nigga, like, who was like 40 something. Like, there's no way. I never got told about the birds and the bees. My mom told me I came out of her belly button. I can't even spell provided now. What if kids get and men spell out? I just found out myself. I mean, eventually you find out. Like, I found out because you know, corn and shit. And I found out mad early in elementary school. Like, I first started watching that shit in like 5th grade. Like, I got exposed to corn mad early, bro. Like, thankfully it didn't fuck up my brain. Like a lot of niggas though. Like, I'm not addicted to that shit. I mean, maybe in COVID. Maybe COVID I was addicted to that shit because I was bored. I had nothing to do. Like 9, 10. Yeah, like 5th grade, like around that time. At 9, 10, my cousin had a puberty party. And that's how we all found out. A puberty party? That don't even sound right. Why is niggas having a puberty party? Are we having a party because the nigga growing a little bit of hair on his dick? Like, I'm so confused. But like, bro, it was like crazy. I don't know, bro. Like, and that's how I also found out that I tell y'all niggas all the time. I also found out like I'm not gay. Like, I found out that I'm not gay because, you know what I mean? Like, I watch corn. Like, you feel me? Like, you know what I mean? Yo, every nigga has done it before. If not yet, they've done it. They gonna do it at some point in their lives. When she turned 13, my mom threw one. I don't know, bro. Moms 13 for puberty. Niggas celebrating going through puberty. Like, niggas, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Black niggas celebrate anything. Like, black people would celebrate a nigga getting fired. I never understood why niggas would celebrate a nigga getting out of jail. Why are we celebrating that? Yeah, he free. Can we get this nigga a job or something? Like, he ain't do nothing good. He went in there for something bad in the first place. Why are we celebrating that?
And this isn't merely speculation either. These parents had a legitimate history of abuse, both proven and
Rance, can you change the category? It's still Life is Strange too.
alleged. Plus, between the multiple instances of children desperately rummaging through the garbage for food, and the claims that they were never
a coming home party. Your dad was in jail. Oh, damn.
Fed. These family truly seem like a nightmare. And based on this, realistically, no one would or should view them.
You ain't getting a paycheck this month.
As a model family. Yet that's exactly what they were to friends and family. In fact, one close friend would later state that everyone was envious of them. They were the perfect people with the perfect kids. And this is in large part due to their posting on social media, making it clear that this online facade was in fact working. despite the fact that behind the scenes, the horrors within their home were only getting worse. Having been aware of the family's sudden and suspicious move, authorities would launch an investigation into the Harts, revealing just how controlling the mothers were. In the home, the children were not allowed to speak unless they raised their hands.
Raise their hands? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. What type of dictatorship is this? Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Now if I see like a white couple adopted a whole bunch of black kids, now I'm about to be like, if it's one or two, then maybe. But if I see like a whole group of them, like it's a band or something, or some type of like group, no, I can't. No.
They were not allowed to wish each other happy birthday, and they were not allowed to laugh at the dinner table.
What?
A stark contrast to the household that Jen spoke of on her Facebook page.
No.
Where all the kids have an equal voice. On top of this, the children were also severely underfed, as the two mothers used.
Oh yeah, letting y'all kids have devices at the family table. It's almost like slavery. That's what I'm saying. Are they? Oh my God, no. Are they enslaving them? Would y'all have y'all kids have like devices at the table? Like say y'all have dinner, they watching Corey Kenshin, I'm Dante at the dinner table and shit.
Food as a means of further controlling them.
Maybe I ain't gonna lie, if I see my son on his iPad watching some Berlin, some Berleezy, some I'm Dante, I might gotta let this slide. If they like grown already, I can't eat without YouTube. So yes, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. My brain is fried. I literally can't eat unless something is playing. I can't. Bro. Like, I would, like, my food would get cold before I can find a video. That's how bad I need a video to watch while I'm eating. I'm gonna put a TV in the kitchen. I'm putting a Berlin on every dinner. Low key, yeah, I gotta put my kids on some Berlin and shit. It's sad how, like, the internet kind of fried my shit. And, like, bro, my ADHD, bro, I can't, like, I need some shit, bro. Like, I gotta do some shit at the same time. Like, I need music on when I'm doing something else. Or if I'm eating, I gotta watch TV. Or if I'm doing homework, I gotta play music, watch TV. Like, bro, when I edit, I watch shit in the background. Like, I just need something to stimulate my brain in the back.
That's explaining why they were always hungry at school. And if you look back at the videos on Jen's channel, you start to realize that the kids are incredibly skinny, and they appear far younger than their actual ages, with some viewers even pointing out that the animals seemed better fed than the actual kids themselves. But despite these findings and the history of abuse, police would eventually choose not to press any charges. And one interesting note here is that the investigation lasted through the bulk of 2012, which was the same time that Jen just so happened to be the most active on her YouTube channel, just further adding to the theory that this page was designed to distract from their dark history. But now, with the police at least for the moment off their trail, the abuse only continued. In 2017, the Hart family would move to the state of Washington, where one night at 1:30 a.m., their next-door neighbor would receive a knock at the door. Standing there was Hannah Hart, the consistent whistleblower of her parents' abuse, who had jumped from her second-story bedroom to escape her house before telling the neighbor, "Don't make me go back. They are racists and they abuse us." Moments later, Sarah and Jen grabbed the child and brought her back home. Upon being questioned by the neighbor, Sarah claimed that Hannah was lying, and that her behavior was due to her being a drug baby, an excuse that failed to work, as the neighbors would still end up calling the police.
And she told me about it. I just can't live with it. I'm very concerned for these kids. I just can't let this go any longer. Those kids, I think, is in very serious danger.
Only to be immediately brushed off, with a patrol car never being sent out. From that moment on, however,
bro, like, that's why it's like, fuck the cops, because, like, what do you mean? Like, come on, bro. Like,
these same neighbors, the DeKalbs, kept a watchful eye over the family, noticing their bizarre patterns and mistreatment of the children. And before long, another one of the kids would come to them for help. This time it was Devontae,
be arrested? That's what I'm
saying.
Like,
food.
Niggas literally saying, like, the kids is telling them, "Nigga, help me. I need help. Come help me."
She soon began doing on a daily basis, sometimes visiting as many as 3 times a day, while also subtly mentioning that they were all being abused and that they desperately needed help. And having finally heard enough, the DeKalbs again called 911, which prompted an immediate response from authorities, with the Department of Social and Health Services.
Everybody need to die? I just woke up. Yo, it's good, Kiara. Damn, your sleep supposed to be fucked up. Hope you got work in the morning?
Launching an investigation into the family.
Your shit better be cooked.
On March 23, 2018, the agency would stop by the Hart house and ring the doorbell, though they received no answer. 3 days later, on the 26th, they would arrive once again, garnering the same results. This time noticing that a stone wall on the driveway had seemingly been destroyed.
No, I work at 3 Oh, you valid.
With tire marks leading up to it, insinuating that the Harts had left in a hurry, as by that point, it was already too late.
No.
Sarah and Jen were obsessed.
I ain't gonna lie. Is this gonna be a happy ending? Rico, is this gonna be a happy ending? Yo, please tell me it's a happy ending.
With control, so much so that they would starve their children to more easily manipulate them. And their desire for control branched past their home, as they wanted to shape the public's opinion on the family.
What is it about? It's about a woman, a family channel. These two white women, couples, they adopt 6 black kids and they kind of mistreat them and shit, and make them make family videos and like kind of portray them as like the perfect family. You know what I mean?
Social media to spread their lies and erase their history. But with their own children breaking free and exposing them over and over again, and criminal charges now likely looming in the distance, they began to realize that this control was slipping away, and they couldn't bear the thought of it. So the day after the Department of Health and Services had gone to their home, Sarah and Jen would load their children in their vehicle and begin a road trip to California. And while driving on State Highway 1, Jen would pull the vehicle off the road towards a scenic overwatch, bring the vehicle to a complete stop, and then slam on the gas, driving the car directly off a 100-foot cliff into the rocky waters below.
My nigga,
the result of which leaving no survivors. Initially, those close to the family swore up and down that this had to be an accident, as after all, they would have...
It's probably happening more than a lot of people think. No, it do, bro. That's why I'm saying, like, if I see white couples adopting black kids, yo, this shit is sad, bro. That shit make me sick. Like, bro, I know, like, y'all niggas know, like, my girlfriend is, I mean, but just low-key make me hating her right now, too, bro. I'm gonna keep it a bug, like, yo, let me shut the fuck up. How long you plan to be streaming for? Yo, I'm about to end after this vid right now. After this vid, I got like a couple more minutes.
Primary target.
Girl, boo. Shit, I just made my chest heavy. Like, come on, bro. Like, kids, bro. Kids? This dispatch should have been responsible for the kids. Them niggas should have been fired. Anyone who has dealt or heard about this and did not make action should, like, be released from their job, be arrested, put on trial, because y'all let the kids die, gang. And it's like, bro, niggas dead ass don't give a fuck about black children at all, bro. And that's so sad, bro.
Of the heart's media manipulation, though any thought of this being accidental would quickly be thwarted by Sarah's search history, as during their road trip she had looked up, can 500 milligrams of Benadryl kill a 125-pound woman? And how long does it take to die from hypothermia while drowning in a car? It would also be determined that Jen was heavily intoxicated during the time of the crash, and that the mothers had in fact bought Benadryl while on their road trip and served large amounts of it to their children within their sandwiches.
We need to start doing psychiatric testing for when niggas want to adopt children, bro. Or just, I ain't gonna lie, or psychiatric testing for women that when they get pregnant and after they give birth. Oh no, when they get pregnant, during the pregnancy, and after. We gotta do psychiatric testing because, like, no, there's no way, bro. Are we dead ass? Go back like 10 seconds.
In a car. It would also be determined that Jen was heavily intoxicated during the time of the crash, and that the mothers had in fact bought Benadryl while on their road trip and served large amounts of it to their children within their sandwiches, with Sarah herself having taken
within the sandwiches
42 of the pills, proving that this entire event was in fact orchestrated by Jen and Sarah.
What?
The red flags, the warning signs, they were all there, but to those on the front lines of the Heart's propaganda, this was the shock of a lifetime. But between the loving posts, the family pictures, and the heartwarming videos, how much of it was actually real? Well, very little, if any. Following the murders, it would be heavily theorized that most, if not all, of the photos and videos on Jen's social media were in fact staged, with one cameraman who had photographed the family stating that Jen does this thing with her Facebook page where the kids pose and are made to look like one big happy family, but after the photo, they go back to looking lifeless. While another witness claimed that the starving kids were given food as a reward for posing for these photos. And on Jen's YouTube channel specifically, it seems to be more of the same, as although these clips may seem so natural and normal,
the moms are likely burning in hell and the kids are likely in heaven. I hope so, gang. Like, kids don't deserve any type of pain. I don't give a fuck. Kids don't deserve any type of pain, no type of grief, no type of suffering. These niggas is fucking sick, bro. Like, now I understand why I see niggas in prison when they ask niggas, oh, what you in here for? And it's some crazy shit like raping women or children, doing some other shit to children or women. They get dealt with because this shit is actually sick as fuck.
The reality is that they too were planned by Jen, with
there's
the
an auto
smoking
gonna
gun
have it?
being one
I
video
hope
clip
so.
in particular in which she made a critical editing mistake. In it, Jen forgets to edit out the beginning, which shows the kids waiting and staring at her as she directs them on where to stand. Each child has an empty and fearful look in their eyes.
Yo, so she
They're deathly
choreographed
silent.
the whole shit. Yo,
And
this
upon
shit
being moved
pissing
into
me
the
off.
perfect position, the children then
Holy
begin to
shit,
walk
this shit
naturally,
pissed me
as
the
if they were being
fuck
impromptu
off.
recorded on just a regular hike. It is an extremely chilling video in which we get to see the influence of Jen behind the camera on full display. And to make it all the more terrifying is the fact that throughout the rest of her channel, the kids often have this same look in their eyes, showing us that even these seemingly unplanned spur-of-the-moment videos were likely staged and controlled, at least in part, by Jen and Sarah. And the deceit didn't just come from their photos and videos, it also came from their own words. They claimed to love their children, yet it would later be revealed that Sarah had spoken privately to friends about how much she regretted adopting them. They preached veganism on both of their Facebook pages, yet when police searched their home following the crash, they found a fridge full of meat. They stood firmly against racism online, yet given the testimony of Hannah and others around the family, many believe that they were actually themselves racist, with
You can literally just give them back.
some even labeling
You don't have to keep the little niggas. You know that, right?
them as white supremacists. And finally, they preached peace. Yet for years they beat their children and eventually stole their lives.
Yeah, don't believe
And if
anything
there's
you
any
see on the
question
internet,
as
bro.
to how effective these lies
If
were,
a nigga's overly happy on the internet, bro, I'ma keep it a bean. Them niggas is not, you know what I mean? If them niggas is overly happy on the internet, there is something wrong offline game.
at making them seem
This shit
flawless,
is not
just
real,
listen to
bro.
what their friends had to say
Holy
following the
shit.
crash.
It doesn't compute, I'll tell you. None of that lines up with the people that we all knew. Jen and Sarah really were the kind of parents that I think the world desperately needs.
We weren't
No.
duped. That love wasn't fake. They loved their children.
No,
they
they
weren't
didn't.
white supremacists. They just were.
Then, bitch, why did they kill them? Why did they kill the kids? Why did they starve the kids? Bitch, shut the fuck up. Bitch, you look like a fucking ladyboy yourself. No.
Isolated. They were in pain.
Even to this day, with the years of abuse and the final act of murder on full display, some friends of the Harts still remain in denial, refusing to believe that they had been played. Though the reality of the situation
Niggas is delusional as fuck, bro. That
is undeniable, with other friends having come to terms with the betrayal by stating things like, "Everyone always loved and supported her to an insane degree, myself
This is not even scary, bro. Like, I'm just mad at this point, bro. Like, holy, oh
It's
my,
easy to see how
holy
fake
shit.
it all was in hindsight, and knowing them via social media after, everything seemed believable. I looked up to Jen and wanted to be a mom like her one day. And I think the most substantial of all these witnesses was the neighbor of the Harts, a man who got to witness the family when their guard was let down, and look past the facade and see
Watch
them
some
for
Roku to
who
make
they
you feel
truly
better?
were.
You know, there's a lot of people
Maybe like a
online
5-minute
saying
vid,
they're
bro.
beautiful people, and
Just more disturbing than
sometime
anything.
they
That's what I'm
may have
saying.
been,
Like, anything with children just
that
make
is
my
not what
stomach
we saw next
sick.
door.
Especially the fact that they're black.
But as the story comes to a close, there is one detail that still needs to be addressed, and it's perhaps the most off-putting of all. Earlier it was mentioned that Devante was very much the star of the show on Jen and Sarah's social media. He was clearly the best actor of the bunch, and given that essentially every post seemed to include him, or just straight up be centered around him, it's not hard to see that he was easily the favorite child of the mothers. And why is this important to mention now? Well, because his body
Let's watch
has never been
Ninjago.
found. Despite an exhaustive
Wait,
search,
what?
that he was easily the favorite child of the mothers. And why is this important to mention now? Well, because his body has never been found. Despite an exhaustive search, Devante's remains have never been discovered, not even a single bone fragment, leaving some convinced that the Harts allowed him to run away and start a new life, as after all, he was the favorite, while others believe that he may have actually been killed before the crash, as perhaps the mothers had taken his life upon discovering once again that he was out begging for food, with his body being buried somewhere else. Though to this day, his true whereabouts remain a mystery. And despite his missing body, a judge would later rule that he likely died within the car alongside his family, which is most likely the case. Though some still aren't convinced, as if it were any other child, it might be easier to accept. But the fact that it was him,
Look how skinny. That's what I'm saying. Them niggas look small.
Particularly haunting.
Them niggas look skinny.
Looking
as
back at the Jen
shit.
Hart channel, now with her entire family having perished by her own hands, is indescribably dark, and it represents one of the most unique
How
and
long this
disturbed
shit is,
forms
bro?
of manipulation that I have ever seen on this
Holy
site.
shit, this
and
shit
knowing the
pissed me
long troubled
off.
history of this family makes it no surprise to me that something of this nature ended up happening. But
Bro,
that's
even
all.
if they let him go, it doesn't make it any better. It don't. It really don't. Like, bro, like you put the little nigga in that situation. Now you like, oh my god. He probably couldn't live with the drama. That's what I'm saying. Like, niggas like that grow up and they become their own serial killers. They grow up to do all this bad shit in life. Like, holy shit. Yo, Malik, appreciate you for the follow, Muddy. Welcome to the stream, Muskie.
Thanks to hindsight. At the time, if you wanted to know about the Hart family, this is what you would find.
Hello,
This is just make sure
Wholesome
you
family
make sure the
moments
video good
that
for
seem just like
Twitch.
the other millions
What
of
vid
accounts
that you
here
just
on
sent?
YouTube,
I
that
bet.
in actuality were carefully orchestrated pieces of a fictitious story that Jen and Sarah were crafting. A story that
I
would
know,
only
that
be
shit pissed me off.
exposed when it was already too late.
Guys, hurry up. This should end.
I want to give a huge shout out to my gold.
Yeah, just like that shit pissed me off, bro. No. Yeah, because that shit was fucking bullshit.